Hi year 8, welcome to Mr. Chan's videos. How are you guys? So today in science we will be looking at the type of energy available out there. Okay. Remember this term we are doing we're focusing on energy. So let me tell you the type of energy available that we have. So the first one right there, we have kinetic energy. Okay, so we're gonna put it first one, we have kinetic energy. Second one is heat energy. Third one is light energy. Fourth one is sound energy. Fifth one is electrical energy. And last one, we have potential energy. But in potential energy, we actually have a few different type of potential energy. Okay, so I'm not sure if the music is too loud, so I'm gonna switch that down a bit. So remember what I said from previous videos that regarding to the conservation law of conservation energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only convert from one form to another. So here, with all these 6 different type of energy, you will have they will going to be transformed from one form to another depend on the situation. Okay, so let's look at the first one, kinetic energy. That is the one of the most easily recognizable one. Pretty much anything that moves has kinetic energy in it. Okay, kinetic energy is the energy of movement. Anything that moves has kinetic energy, and the faster the object is moving, the more kinetic energy it has. Okay, so this is quite an easy one. So we take that one off. Second one, we have heat energy. So pretty much anything that emit heat has heat energy. Is another simple one as well. Same go with the third one, the light energy. Anything that produce light has light energy. So as you can see, they are not hard. All you need to know is actually just remember them. Okay, and bear in mind, kinetic energy can actually switch into heat energy, or heat energy actually can switch into kinetic energy. Transform. So one good example would be like steam. Okay, a steam engine is actually what happened is they heat up the water in there, and the water, once it heated, it boiled, and when it boiled, it turned into water vapor, and the water vapor is the steam, and it carries heat energy. So the heat energy will the steam will actually because of the pressure build up, it will gonna start turning the turbine, the motor in there, and then when it start turning in, it move whatever train, and then that's when it start moving, that means the heat energy has been converted into kinetic. Okay, that is how it works. Let's continue. Fourth one, we have sound energy. So sound energy pretty much come from remember, sound comes from vibration from the of air, and how do we pick up that sound? It's through our ear. It goes into our ears and it gets converted by our brain. It get read by our brain, the patterns of the vibration, and then we can hear what you're hearing right now, hearing me teaching you guys the energy. Fifth one is electrical energy. Electrical energy come from multiple sources. Okay, electrical energy come from solar cells. Okay, which again, solar cells capture light energy, and then from there the light energy get transformed into electrical energy. So same go with batteries, okay, and power electrical devices. Okay, So your phone, your computers, your ovens, they all rely on electrical energy to work, and yeah, and your kettles and stuff. So that is quite a simple one. And the last one is a bit more complicated. It's called potential energy. As you can, as you know, the word potential stands for something that has been stored. So that means if I say you have a lot of potential, means that you you store a lot of things that is ready to come out. Okay, so it is also known as, aka known as store energy. Okay, it known as store energy. So uh things that, what do you think when it comes to mind, things that have a lot of store energy? Okay, the two things that come straight to my mind is petrol and a book on the shelf. Okay, petrol, as we know, if we burn petrol, it's gonna turn into heat energy and light energy. Okay, uh, and a book on the shelf. If you put a book on a shelf, because of the height, what happens is it has it is further from the ground. So when it further from the ground, if it drops, it's gonna drop pretty quickly onto the ground, and it changed from which I will go in a sec. It's called gravitational potential energy into kinetic energy. So there are four different types of potential energy. Okay. First one, you make sure you remember all four of these. If you need to write them down, please do. You have gravitational potential energy, means anything that is been lifted from the ground has potential energy. Okay, so roller coaster. Why do you think roller coaster can move up and down, up and down, up and down? Because it kind of like gaining gravitational energy, and then when it reaches to a point, it will come down. When it comes down, it becomes kinetic energy. So they change from one form to the other. We will do a bit of exercise on that to solidify your knowledge. Okay. And chemical energy. What chemical energy means? It has chemical in it, and it's stored, and the chemical ready to get converted anytime, soon, anytime, at any time. For example, your batteries. In your batteries, you have two different types of chemicals, and these chemicals will, when it has some sort of, when it touch, when they're in contact with each other, they produce electrons, which in turn will be converted into electrical energy to run your calculators. So, and the third one is elastic potential energy. So elastic potential energy is like your rubber band. So I got rubber band here. So what happened is, if I decided to pull the rubber band back, okay, so using my little hand, okay, if I pull this rubber band, sorry, that's not a very good drawing. So if I pull the rubber band away, okay, away from each other, and if I flip it, okay, it's gonna fly. So what that means is, you kind of store the energy. When you do it, you're doing the kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy actually store energy, potential energy, into the rubber band. So what happens is, when it reaches a point and you decide to let go, the potential energy will again be converted into kinetic energy, so the rubber band is gonna fly. Okay, so it only applies to things that actually has elasticity, so things that I can actually be stretched. Another good one is a trampoline. Okay, that's why you jump the trampoline, your kinetic energy get converted into the elastic potential energy because your trampoline can stretch. So when you jump, it stretches down, and then when it leg up again, it turns into kinetic energies and you jump. Okay. And the last one is nuclear energy. So what nuclear energy means is you heard of nuclear power plant and stuff, right? And nuclear power plant, it has a lot of potential energy, like so much that it can be converted into electricities and etc. to run different things. Apparently, nuclear energy, if you use it correctly, it can power the whole country just like that, easy. But because there's so many the potential consequences is so big, like if like what happened to Japan when you get the tsunami and earthquake to the nuclear power plant, it just has a lot of negative effect to the environment. However, you cannot deny the fact that the nuclear potential energy is a form of energy, and a form of potential energy that can be converted into multiple different ones. Okay, so keywords for you to learn today is energy, of course, and kinetic energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, electrical energy, and your potential energy. And your potential, you have gravitational, a B, which is your chemical. Third one is your elastic potential, and the last one is nuclear energy. So remember, each of these energy can be converted from one form to another. Okay, just like that. Depends on the situations. So please write down any notes and ask me any questions. We will, like I said, we will do some exercise to make sure you get really good at this form of really good at understanding form of energy. And thank you for watching, and hope you guys learn something, and see you in the next videos, and see you in class. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye.